Right, first off, the pongies. I got a little bit carried away in the last video, completely forgot I'd zoomed in, and a lot of what I was doing you managed to miss. I do apologise for that. It was my own stupid fault. I wasn't taking a blind bit of notice of what I was doing. Also, I wasn't taking much notice of the screen, well, as you got anyway, because the memory card became full, and I was just that wrapped up in what I was doing. I hadn't noticed, and it was only after I'd finished doing the base that I realised, when I came to turn the video off, that it had stopped recording a while ago. So I do apologise. So what I've done with the base, I'll let you know now. This part here, it was a mix of dark earth with some Galeria modelling paste. So I mixed some of that up on my CD palette, and that's how it looked. Oops. Yeah, it looks a bit of a mess, but it's done. This part here I did with a Grelin Badland. This is a texture paste from Citadel. So what I'm going to do now is go over all of it, all of the base, with some wet mud from Army Painter. It's one of the what's it called? Effects paints. So I'll pop some of this onto the palette, and we'll get one of the brushes, and we'll go over all of this. Now, once this is done, I'm going to do a little bit more with the mini itself, but I want this done first of all, so that once it is done I can start putting the the grasses and things onto it that I want to put on. So when I've done this, it'll be a case of working on the miniature itself while this is drying, to allow me the time to be able to get a nice dry covering on the base. So yeah, that's what I'm planning. So taking advantage of having a car again. Plus been trying to do some odd jobs around the house, or around the flat. Emily's got her flat finished off, eventually. So everything's coming about right now. So all we need to do now is get back to hospital radio, and we're all well and good. We've both had our 2 vaccinations and absolutely no bad after effects with them, so that's all good. So everything's doing alright. The only thing we can't do is, at the moment, we can't find the bracket that we used to have hold the phone on was doing the Road 2 videos, but we will find them and we will be doing them again. So what do we want next? Oh yes, a little bit of light brown. There we go. That will do nicely. As I said, while we're waiting for the base to dry up, we're going to go over some of the areas here with this light brown, just to lighten up the face a lot more. Now this light brown isn't as light as I thought it was going to be. Unless it's because it's a little bit watery with it being a brush paint. I don't know, but let's just keep trying with it. And I'm making sure that you can see exactly what I'm doing here. I'm trying to go around here, and we have this little bit here, there, and there. Trying to make the face lighter than the rest of the body because I want it to be the force of focus. I don't want it to be lost, I want it to be the bit that you focus on. There we are. A little bit paler. We're getting it where we want it now. There we go. And I'll just kind of like dry brush some of it over the rest of the area. Now we've got that done, we want some paler colour, which will be the skeletal bone when I can find it. So there we are. That's right. Found it. That's the skeleton bone from Army Painter. This, as you may want be aware of, is not a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not an airbrush paint, but I'm going to mix some of this light brown into this to make it paler still. And hopefully make it a little more of a firmer paint, less watery. And we'll just add it to little spots here and there. Just like so. Again, it's just to make it stand out a lot more. to come down to do the lower lip. There we are. I'm just going to do a little bit along the horns here. Just to add that little bit more brightness. I always like to have the face as the brighter part of any mini. That looks awesome. Now, what I also want to do is add eyes. Now, I know you can't see them very well, but I'm not doing eyes in a traditional sense of eyes. I'm doing them a little different because it's a monster, it's a resurrected monster, so it's not going to be really what's the word I'm looking for? Not going to be normal eyes. I just need to be able to see where the eyes are. It looks as though, right, I've got it. This is, sorry I forgot to tell you, Evil Sun Scarlet. Now that's a bit too big for what I want. Let's try this brush. There we are. And that's one done, and the other there we go. As I say, not a big not a big thing, but always worth doing when you've got a monster like, when you've got a mini like this, adding the eyes to it. And you can see then that there is something. So this isn't quite dried as much as I would hope it would be. Oops, there goes my chair. And I don't think I'm going to have much time left on this chair. So what I'm going to do is use the paint that I usually have, it's not that one, on the bases of these. At least I think I do. I'm sure I've painted them all with Rhinoxide around the edges. So I'm just going to do that with these, and if when I come to check it's not Rhinoxide, I can always paint over. That's not a problem. But I just want to make sure that the edge is done, because today is the final day of May. We're going into June tomorrow, and the photos for this painting competition needs to be in today. Hopefully I'm not too late by the time I get round to it. I've been panicking about getting this finished off, but I mean, as I'm painting it, that's the day. You know, it's not going to be the day when you watch this, because I'll have to edit this first of all, so it's going up at least on the 1st of June. There we are. Next, what I want to do, in fact what I really want to do, I don't like the look of that base, the colour's wrong for what I want, so I'm going to be using some wash. So yeah, I want to give this a wash and then get cracking with what do you call it? Don't want soft tone, don't want mid brown, don't want a fresh wash. Dark tone, that's what I'm looking for. So it's Dark Tone by Army Painter. I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to start just on this side. And apply it to the base quite liberally. Okay, so it's nice and dry now. And what we're going to do is get a dry brush and a little bit of, not the skeleton bone, but we'll get something a little darker than that, desert yellow, and pop some of that. No point now, I don't need a great deal, I don't think. We'll probably need a bit more than what we have. Okay, so when you don't want to do a heavy dry brush, you do need a little more than a normal dry brush. There we go. It's just over like that, and that's fine. I'm going to have to add this brown to the edge again, but at the moment that's fine. I'm happy with that. So the next step is put that brush away when I can find it. So there we are. I've got some, I've got this, it's just clear PVA glue. You've seen me use it before on other things, and I'm just going to use this tub again of mixed flocking that you've seen me use again on other minis. So let's just, that's as far as it can go, okay. So let's just add some of this glue now then. I'm going to need to unblock this tube. Hopefully we'll do the job. Just get a pin and run it down there. That should do it. Yeah, that's better. And I'm just going to run it over some of these flatter areas. In between the ridges. Not all of them. Because I want to do other things as well. I'm going to put some flocking on now. That will do there. Let's come over this side and add some. There we go. So just put it where you feel like it. It doesn't have to be completely covered. In fact, it's better sometimes when it's not completely covered. Let's just move that a little bit, and then we can tip it over and give it a flick. There we are. Now add some more. There we go. And again we'll go into where we've already been and add more glue. And any places we've missed that we'd like to put some, we can add some. Let's see if we can get this. Oops, I just spilled it all over the place. Yeah, typical. Clumsy so-and-so me. I don't know where that bit of yellow's come from. It's not static grass, it's something else. There we are. Now, here we are. It's like a dead grass. I'll add some of this into it as well. Just in a few places, not on that many. We don't want to really go overboard with this one. It's just a bit of a contrast. want to do as well is could do with a sheet of paper to go over. There we are. That one do. Pop that over there. And that. It's a nice mix. Sorry about it going out of focus. Any better? Yeah. There we are. There's just a few splatters here and there, that will do. Like that. This will darken over time, it won't look so bright for too long, so I'm not worried about that. I'm not looking. Oops, let me get rid of all this paper now. There we are. Now what I want to do is, couldn't find them at first. Bring these in. We have some little oogits here, little flower tufts, white, blue, red and yellow. Let's get some white on here. I want a fairly, that's what I'm looking for. A fairly limited colour palette. I don't want to go too heavily with the colour, make it too colourful. Now what I do want is to know where my super glue is. I should have really got everything sorted beforehand. Oh dear. So I'm going to add a few spots of this PVA. I don't know whether it will work or not, but time will tell. And we'll just put a dot down there. I'm just going to take a bit of this and just plop it down there like that. I'm also going to take some of this mossy type stuff, not mossy type stuff, flaken, that's the word I was looking for. And I have some of this nice orangey brown colour. And might be able to attach some just like so. So if we add a little bit more of the PVA down here, I'm going to attach that like so. That seems fine to me. It's like a broken branch. And then let's do a little bit there. We can add this piece here. Again, as I say, I'm not sure whether this glue is strong enough to do this, but for the time being, I'm hoping it will suffice. And just to finish off, let's have a little sprig of flowers there, and that will do all I need to do now. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join me again for the next video where we're going back to Nova 8us. I'm just going to abandon that idea. There we are. I'll put some shots on at the end, some still photographs at the end. Yeah, join us next time when we'll be either going back to Nova 8us or Judge Dredd. We still haven't got anybody making suggestions for any of the minis, so I might do another one, but let me remind you of what we have. These are the three, A, B or C. Let me know below or in the message in the comments that I posted for voting on, and I'll get doing it as soon as. But as I say, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I still have this bit to do. In fact, I'm going to have to varnish it before I do anything else. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of gloss on these venom drips here on the scorpion tail to make them stand out a lot more. That's it. So that's all for this video. So as always, stay safe and take care. God bless and bye.